What's up, everybody? Had a jolt of energy. I'm stoked for no reason. I am just... So some people have the midday slump, and I have the midday hump because I'm over the hump. I'm getting over the hump. Let me readjust, guys. The hat was falling off. Okay, there we go. Man, did we ever do like cuts? We had to cut a part out there. Have we ever done like a cut and small cap recap? Or is this going to be the first? This might be the first. You guys are witnessing history. Yeah, the midday, I'm pumped now. The midday pump, that would have been way better. Okay, well, that's what I have. Anyways, there's just go over to the screens, I guess. Today was finally we had oh my gosh, I'm giggly. Finally a strong gapper. Let's start with that. Finally had a really strong gapper. It wasn't something that gapped up at like 4 a.m. and then dumped all pre-market. This went from 40 cents. Now it's at $1.23. Like very nice, right? Up 220%. Up on acquisition news. Like I think it was like purchasing their assets or something. I don't know if it was a acquisition structured deal or if they're literally just like selling their assets, but it is a very strong gapper and it's holding up really well. Normally I don't like these ones that go sideways and do nothing, but actually in this case, because of how strong the gap was, it didn't have that massive pullback after a strong gap. I like that. I like this right now, holding at highs. The only thing is they do have a shelf of like 50 million shares they can sell at the market. That being said, it's traded over 100 million shares today. So I'd like to think that they've probably already got all their dumping done out of the way if they wanted to. Maybe they're going to try to let it run higher. Who knows? I surely don't. But this right now does have a really nice look for potential afternoon squeeze. And then who knows? Maybe they haven't finished dumping yet and then they dump into a squeeze. Anything's possible. BGXX, I hit this one short a couple days ago and actually tried to get short again here and missed it. And then it opened up like 50% lower. So that was kind of fun getting to miss that. I did take a couple of shorts on basically just into these pops. I covered for a small win, shorting into this like $8 push, covered like $7.50 down here. And then shorted again at like 10s and then covered down here like 10.30, 10.29, 10.29. Covered again down here, just really small scalps. Was hoping for more backside. Now it actually looks like it's going to go green. I mean, that's a pretty wild pattern right there, right? Where you get this pretty set in stone top right here, falls down, breaks that high, and then redumps. That normally is pretty bearish, and now it's consolidating over that high. That now is looking pretty bullish. Again, this is like an IPO. It's like a cannabis company. But it's looking like it's going to try to bounce today. Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the only thing is the float is huge, right? And so that was why I figured they're just dumping. This was a pretty interesting, the filings on this are pretty interesting. Normally when a company IPOs, the insiders have a lockout period of 6 months. And so the only ones that can actually sell are institutions that were in before. This one, the insiders didn't have that clause in their filing. So they didn't have to, they don't have a lockout period, so they can be selling at any time. So I don't really know. It's a very large float, so I would imagine this is going to be a slower mover at some point. But right now, it's been having a lot of range on not that much volume. So definitely something interesting to keep an eye on. GOVX was my win of the day. Long here, I got long about 15,000 shares at 190, sold into the 211 push right here. It does look really nice, but at this point, I'm just kind of done with it. It's a day 2 move. Friday, had a really nice squeeze at the end of the day there. That would have been a really nice afternoon one. Unfortunately, I was not in front of my screens. But it was a really nice trade here. Just easy spot. I started in 189 right in here and then added through that 192. So I guess maybe that was that'd be like a 1905 average. So just call it 191. But it was a great trade, though. I was really happy with the scalp. Again, what I liked about this, I'll just go over that. Let me make this full screen for you here. There we go. What I really liked about this, right, is that it clearly had this massive dump out of the gate, like not out of the gate on that failed high day break test, lower high, new lows slam down. And then we just get that consolidation. So anyone who is short is kind of just like mid-range right now. If you're short from Friday, you're stuck. If you're short from today, yeah, you're still in the money. But after a halt down like that, new lows, I'm not expecting it to be consolidating above the previous low a day. And so with that, right near VWAP. Day twos, I've been kind of liking them a bit more lately, and it was just a really nice spot, nice structure. That structure that I like had a very clear risk level, and it was a very easy scalp. I really got lucky with how much of a push it had in one candle, right? I was expecting more of like a maybe 204, 205, but I mean, it just instantly swiped up. It did get up to 220, and I had already sold by like 211. But I'm not going to sit here crying over a few lost pennies. And now it's looking like it's trying to break down. I bet you, though, again, this has just been a really choppy one, right? After you get that kind of dump and then that kind of rip and then a lot of nothing, I'm expecting that to happen again. Maybe another dump and then more consolidation, another rip, and then it just feels a little manipulated, but that's okay. RDBX I liked a lot too. I still kind of like that. It's getting a bit overextended on the daily chart. I'll pull up that chart right here. For a bounce. So I'd definitely be careful with it. It's been a tough ticker to trade. I think the next real clear level of resistance after 7 is, pardon me, going to be that $8 level, where we're going to have, again, just a bit of resistance from this run. Whole dollar, we're already at 7. It struggled perfectly at $7. So maybe in the $7 to $8 range, could get another dollar a share. I like this consolidation a lot right here, just right under VWAP. Double bottomed right there, which is really nice. And so you have a very clear risk level. Again, I'm not getting in this. It's a bit overextended for me, like I said, on the daily chart. And honestly, I'm just trying to stick to very easy, very consistent trades right now. And so I haven't been trading a whole lot. I've just been making the easier trades, the cleaner trades, the simple ones. So GOVX was my one today that I, did really well on. And that's all I need for today. And unfortunately, it looks like BGXX or BGXX would be nice if we could get a bounce into the 20s for like another short. But for now, that's mid-range. It looks like it's turning into a mid-range ticker. I'm going to be done with it until we can get a higher bounce or maybe some consolidation for a long. I mean, we're so far off of highs now. If we can consolidate here for a few days, that'd be a really nice re-perk in my opinion. No, not IMMX. What was the other one I liked? A daily chart for you guys. Some secret sauce. I liked NUTX daily chart a lot. It was a former runner from a few weeks ago, and now it's just consolidating pretty close to highs. I mean, I think there's going to be some clear struggle in the 10s if it can get there, but now we just have this really nice little multi-day breakout coming in, and the volume is still very low, so this is something I just want to keep an eye on. But, it's still a nice watch, especially if it can get to 10 and kind of consolidate. It almost reminds me, not quite, but not that one. Aha. Voila. Where are we? It almost reminds me of this Indo chart. Again, not the exact same, but a big push, few weeks of consolidation, and then one big re-perk. Difference here being, this is a wildly hot sector with the oil and gas and everything, going through the roof, which oil and gas is like more expensive now than it was when Indo was at $20 million. So, that also being said, though, let's go back to, what was I just looking at? NUTX. It's a health company, and I don't know anything about this, but this does look actually very similar. Really nice chart. There's like the monkeypox thing going around though. I don't know what it means, and I don't want to know. So don't even let me know in the comments. Don't spoil it for me. I'll find out by getting it. And then there's also SIGA, SIGA, higher float, but really, really nice daily chart. It was like a pretty legitimate company, not a former runner, just with a really, really nice company. Well, I have no idea how they are as a company. Actually, I just said that, but their chart looks good. And then you had a really clean breakout, not a low float though. This excuse me, reminds me of VERU a little bit in the sense where it is a higher float runner. I don't even remember what the news is, but as long as it holds over 10, this is still a nice looking chart. Had a really nice gap. Now it's red, of course. If this could gap up tomorrow, so, closing like this 11 to 12 and gap up to, 1350, that's a pretty cool chart, because then you just have so many people stuck. So many people from the first, I mean, this is actually day 3 now that I think of it, but you had people stuck from this day, and then really, if you get that gap up to like 1350, you get people stuck from today on it's a larger float company, but that also normally encourages larger position sizing. You're able to get more shares. It's a little bit thicker. You're not getting a bunch of slippage. And you're betting that there's not enough demand. So a gap up here would be really, really enticing for a long tomorrow. But that's kind of I'd say that's my watch. If SIGA can gap up 13 or even close the day, but open tomorrow above 13, very, very clear, clean watch to me. I wouldn't want to be buying it if it was like opened up tomorrow to 18. Then it's kind of already made its move. But like I said, NUTX I like a lot for that Indo style move. If again, it really needs to be able to break 10, but it's very similar chart. RDBX, not as big of, man, that's a really nice intraday though. It's really nice consolidation, very clear risk level, potential for, probably about $1 a share if it can break there. I know you guys are probably going to be seeing this after the market closes, but just kind of my thoughts on that pattern. CBIO, if we can get an afternoon squeeze, that could be another day 2 potential tomorrow as well. It's just going to depend on, by the end of the day, do they dump their shares, do they exercise, whatever. So yeah, NUTX and SIGA, my 2 top watches. Again, NUTX needs over 10. SIGA, in my opinion, needs to open up above 13, but probably below 15 for it to be a very effective day tomorrow. And yeah, that's all I've got for today, guys. So again, I'm keeping the trades very simple, dialing it way back, but I'm still doing really well. This is a great month for me so far despite, I don't know, what's the market down this month? If we just go like 1 month, replace 1 month. Where did May start? May 2nd. Yeah, I mean, the market's down, like $25, 25 points, was down even more. I mean, I'm still having a really good month. That being said, of course, I've said that being said probably 15 times this episode, so we can title it That Being Said. All else considered, right? Now, what does that work? What? Yeah, is that kind of synonymous-ish? Synonymous? Well, no, but really, to be fair though, like I'd say probably like 70% of my gains this month were short. So I've just kind of been adapting, and I'm still winning on the long side though. It's just not as many opportunities. So I know we talked about this on the Tui Talk Show episode on Friday. So if you haven't watched that, go and check it out. And before we head on out of here, again, I'm in small cap rockets every day, alerting my trades, and we've been killing it. I think I've only had 1 or 2 red days this month. So if you want to check it out, you know the drill. The link is down in the description below for the trial. And we'll just kind of see if you can, if you enjoy the style of teaching that I do and enjoy the style of trading that I do, and see if it's a good fit for you. So click that link down below. NUTX and SIGA, not SPY, are my 2 watches for tomorrow. So with that being said, I added with. Have a great rest of your Monday. I'm not going to I'll try to get some small cap recaps in this week. I'm going to be back home for a graduation party. So going to be a little spotty, but I'll try my best to do it from my bedroom in my house, from my parents' house, and we'll see what kind of magic I can work there. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your Monday. Thanks for sticking through this whole episode. This must have been like 20 minutes. Yeah, ish. Thanks. I hope you liked it, and I will see you again when I see you again. Have a good one.
We hope you guys enjoyed that last video. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of the StocksTrade community. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but we can't do it without your help. So if you enjoy what we're putting out and want to hear more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video.